All right, welcome to today's explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here today because we are about to dive into a true masterclass. We're going to uncover a photographer's secret to cinematic shots. And honestly, the best part? You're going to learn how to take high-end, breathtaking photos using the smartphone you already own. You know, the one literally sitting in your pocket or right there on your desk.
Everyone thinks you need expensive camera gear to take professional photos. It's a trap we all fall into, right? We see this stunning cinematic portrait or a massive sweeping landscape, and we just immediately assume the person behind the lens dropped thousands of dollars on heavy lenses and giant camera bodies. But today, we're going to completely shatter this widely held belief. I'm going to share the true philosophy of photography with you, and spoiler alert, it has very little to do with your budget.
Okay, let's dive into this. We constantly see this myth, this total obsession with megapixels and expensive gear. It's kind of this amateur habit to think that buying a better camera will automatically make you a better photographer. But the reality? It all comes down to lighting and framing. This is exactly where professional intentionality comes in. It's about how you see the world and how you capture it. Technique reigns supreme over budget every single time. So, here's our roadmap for this explainer. 1. The camera gear myth. 2. Lighting, the real secret. 3. Framing cinematic shots. 4. Unlocking hidden pro settings. And 5. Stabilizing for sharp photos. All right, let's kick things off with number 1, the camera gear myth, and unlocking the power in your pocket. I really want you to walk away from this section with absolute confidence that you don't need to spend thousands to get phenomenal shots. The truth is, your cheap smartphone is way more powerful than you think. Actually, the phone in your pocket has more processing power than the computers that put Apollo 11 on the moon. No way, right? Even an older or budget-friendly phone has a brilliant computer inside it, capable of processing light and color in ways that professional cameras from just a decade ago could literally only dream of. Your everyday phone is basically a dormant professional tool just waiting for you to use it properly.
Moving on to section 2, lighting, the real secret. We're going to see why lighting matters way more than megapixels.
Here is the golden rule. If the light is good, the photo will look expensive, absolutely regardless of the device you use to take it. What we are really looking for is soft, indirect light, and this brilliantly illustrates why. It's illumination that flatters the subject without creating those harsh, distracting shadows. This is the absolute basis of a cinematic look. When you see a portrait that looks smooth, moody, and professional, you're almost always looking at soft, indirect light. It is the ultimate differentiator. So, how do we actually get it? Well, here are 4 specific actionable steps you can take right now. Step 1, simply stand facing a window. The glass diffuses the sunlight beautifully. Step 2, try to shoot during the golden hour. You know, that magical time just after sunrise or just before sunset when the light is super warm and soft. Step 3, avoid overhead lights. They cast terrible shadows under the eyes and nose. And step 4, turn off those harsh indoor lamps that makes weird colors and totally ruin the shot. Simple steps, but trust me, massive results. All right, let's jump into section 3, framing cinematic shots, the rule of thirds. Now that we have beautiful light, we need to know exactly where to put our subject to instantly elevate a basic snapshot into a true cinematic piece of art. So the crucial point is how you divide your screen. First things first, go into your phone's camera settings and turn on your grid lines. This is going to overlay a tic-tac-toe board right on your screen. Now, instead of placing your subject dead center like an amateur, place them on one of the vertical lines. Or, even better, place them right at one of the 4 intersection points where those lines cross. Doing this creates incredible balance, gives the eye room to wander, and instantly makes your photo look remarkably intentional. All right, let's just pause for a second. You've got perfect lighting, you've perfectly framed the shot using the rule of thirds, but then you take the picture and I have to ask, why are your photos still blurry? It's incredibly frustrating, right? Well, it is time to address the most common and, frankly, slightly gross reality of smartphone ownership. Here is the blunt truth. Your phone lives in your pocket. It lives at the absolute bottom of your bag. Your lens is completely covered in fingerprints, dust, and pocket lint. It happens to all of us. A dirty lens is going to take that beautiful, soft light we just talked about and smear it across the image, totally ruining both the light and your framing. Getting into the habit of just cleaning it can quite literally double the clarity of your shot in a single second. And please do not overcomplicate this. You do not need fancy cleaning kits. Literally just wipe your lens with a soft cotton shirt, grab a microfiber cloth if you have one handy, or gently use a tissue. The whole physical hack is just to make sure there is no oil on that tiny piece of glass before you hit the shutter button. It's definitely the cheapest upgrade you'll ever give your camera.
Okay, number 4, unlocking hidden pro settings, taking true control. With a clean lens in hand, utilizing these hidden software features is what truly separates the amateur who just points and shoots from the professional who takes real control of the image. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the sheer breadth of control you hold right there in your hand. For focus, don't just trust the phone. Actually tap exactly what you want to be sharp. For exposure, after you tap, slide that little sun icon up or down to make the image perfectly bright or beautifully dark. Make sure to turn on HDR so the camera captures details in both the bright skies and the dark shadows. Use portrait mode, sure, but use it sparingly so it doesn't look totally fake. And finally, for consistency, press and hold on your screen to lock the focus and exposure. These little secrets give you total command over the final product. Bringing us to our final tactical section, number 5, stabilizing for sharp photos. Stability equals sharp photos. The hard truth is, a blurry photo ruins everything. You can have the perfect settings, stunning golden hour light, and flawless rule of thirds framing, but if your hands are shaking, the photo is garbage. So let's run through these physical stabilization hacks step by step so you can instantly ensure crisp shots. Step 1, if you are seated, lean your elbows on a table to create a human tripod. It works wonders. Step 2, hold your breath for just a second as you tap the shutter. It physically stops your chest from moving the phone. Step 3, use your phone's 3-second timer, so the actual tap of your finger doesn't shake the device when the picture is taken. And step 4, if you're standing, rest the edge of your phone against a solid wall. These simple habits literally guarantee a razor-sharp professional result. So, I'm going to leave you with this final empowering question. Are you ready to master these fundamentals and turn your cheap smartphone into a true professional tool? Remember, you really don't need a fancy camera. Good light, smart framing, a clean lens, and a few hidden settings are all it takes to shoot cinematically, starting right today. Get out there, look for that soft light, turn on your grid lines, and start creating real art with a device already in your pocket. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and happy shooting!